What's going on, everybody? iCoNiC Wall here today, and I am doing the first week update for the tournament weekend that is starting this week. And since I don't have any tournament footage to go over yet, the plan is to really get tournament footage from whoever uploads it, and then basically do like an update of the footage, go through a play-by-play, stuff like that, and talk about a little bit of the games, who won, from what I heard of the games, from the live streams that I've watched, and kind of give it like a weekly update or a synopsis of the game. So a few updates before we get into it. It was voted in that we just want to, or the tournament guys, everyone in the tournament as a majority want to get rid of the recon class, so we decided that it would be best to just go ahead and go along with everyone's wishes and get rid of it. And there was a few mixed messages sent around saying on why we did it, but in reality I got talked to by a few people that they said they wanted it gone, and I said okay. There was an idea brought up to bring it up to a vote, and I said okay, if a majority of the teams, which at the time was like 20 teams entered, so I said if 11 teams vote and decide that they want to get rid of it, or don't want recon class in, we'll get rid of it. And it was, I think the voting finally was like 14, 15 teams, so that's definitely a majority. So we decided just to get rid of it, make everyone happy. We still kind of stand by what we thought would be beneficial, but of course, since we're not really playing in the tournament as a team, we can't really just sit there and say it's our tournament, sucks for you guys. We just go ahead and said, alright, you guys are absolutely right. We'll give you what you guys desire, in a sense, to make it more competitive. I think it's going to work out fine either way. If it was in there, if it's not in there, whatever. I still think it's going to be a great tournament. So yeah. And then the other thing too, we decided to add an addition to a bottom bracket. I don't like calling it a loser's bracket because you haven't really lost yet if you get knocked down to the bottom bracket. I hope this works, but from the tournaments I've seen, especially on Battlefield 3, there's been a lot of tournaments that have had bottom brackets in there, and the teams won't play them. So the only way the bottom bracket really is going to work, for me at least, and for anyone I think else running the tournament, is if those bottom teams play. Basically the way it works is it's double elimination. So let's say you're playing your first round game, you lose, you go down to the bottom bracket. If you lose again, then you're gone, but you have to keep winning. So basically you're allotted one loss, and you can still come back and play for $250. So it's not, you're not one and done, kind of, in a sense. So like if you lose early, don't worry about it, you can still get back in there. If you lose late, once again, don't worry about it, you can still get back in there and continue to play. It's still winner takes all, so whoever wins is going to take $250. We're not going to like have a second place prize. As cool as it would to be to have a second place prize, the only thing we could really give a team or anything like that at this point is a pat on the back. Congratulations, you guys got second, or a handshake or something. I don't know, but there really isn't too much we can give. I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised this went off pretty well as it did. I'm glad it did. Don't get me wrong, I am very glad, but it definitely went off very, very smoothly, I would say. The brackets went up pretty well. I haven't seen too much complaining about the brackets. Of course, it's only been up for a day, so there's not too much. The only thing I want to say, though, is that if you are an American team playing a European team, try to just make those times work. That goes both ways. This is an international tournament. I don't really want to sit here, and I don't think any of the other guys want to really, and kind of like play favorites and say, well, it's an American team running the tournament, so it should be Americans that get the bias. I don't think it should be fair. I think both sides need to be flexible to play in the tournament itself. Like I don't want to like, well, they're European, you're American. Let's just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mature, figure it out. You guys have a whole week to figure out your games. So I expect everyone to get it done. I think everyone can get it done. I know 250 isn't that much money. We're kind of doing it really from the spirit of competition at this point. I have faith, though. I have faith in a lot of teams. A lot of good teams entered in the tournament. And I will be honest, we did seed about like 8-10 teams, really. We just like kind of did like a top 10, and then we seeded everybody else randomly. And so don't really look at that too much as, if you're seated not where you thought you were, don't really look at that like, oh, Wally's an asshole for not seating me in the proper position, or, it was really me and Black and a few other people that decided on the roster spots. We just said, look, we'll seed top 8, so it's fair, and so the tournament kind of gets going, and like we didn't really want to see like 2-3 top teams play each other in the first round. That doesn't make sense. I think the soonest the top 8 teams will see each other is round 3, I think. Maybe round 4, I'm not sure. I think it's round 3, the soonest they'll see each other. So that'll be interesting. Unless they like teams get knocked out in the losers bracket, then again it's still round 3 to see each other. So it's going to be interesting either way. But like I said, don't take that as if we set the tournament up, we rigged it for anyone. We seeded the tournament as what we saw the best teams from our experience in playing them. And we decided that, look, these teams should be seated in their positions because these are good teams. And all the teams that have entered, a lot of them I've seen, I want to say pretty much all of them are great teams. Except for Team Rats, they're a joke. But the rest of them are great teams. I think everyone in there is really excited to play. I've heard a lot from the community outside of the people playing in the tournament, from live streams and from other individuals, that they are excited to see this tournament and how it plays off. So I'm looking forward to that. So I want to wrap up pretty much. If I'm going to post it later in the battle log. I'm going to have a link to the brackets and of course the battle log report if you guys want to check it out. I need to know. I will have a link in there, or a little questionnaire, I guess, or a sign up. Who can upload footage of the match? I don't need every game. I just need like maybe 1 or 2 of the games, and then maybe I just pick one and download it, and then I'll do the footage up too. Of course, if you don't want me to upload your footage, that's completely fine. Just let me know. But I really do want to get everyone's footage, or at least a lot of the games in there, and just like break it up into like a 10-minute kind of commentary talking about the series of games. So as always, I appreciate you guys going in there. Keep up to date with that platoon. Contact me if you have any other problems, and hopefully this tournament will go on pretty well. I think that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, I'm always available. Hit me up on Battlelog or Xbox, either way. And I hope to hear from some of you guys soon, and I hope this tournament goes well. All right, that's it for me. Peace.